The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. Welcome to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's match is between the Andrew College Tigers and the Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. At this time, please stand for prayer and remain standing for the national anthem. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the many blessings you've given to us. Thank you for keeping the rain a little bit at bay. Thank you for getting both teams here safely. Keep us safe in the court. Help us to play to your honor and your glory. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting today for Andrew College, number 1, Ava Dickens. Number 2, Serenity Durazno-Gonder. Number 4, Gianna Erazo. Number 6, L'Oreal Lynn. Number 7, Nalea Singleton. Number 13, Ellie Brannon. And number 18, Catherine Lowry. The Tigers are led by Coach Danielle Duff. And now the starting lineup for your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. A sophomore from Heartland, Maine, number 2, Hope Brooks. A sophomore from Destin, Florida, number 4, Helen Payton. A senior from Houston, Texas, number 6, Grace Liu. A senior from Pensacola, Florida, number 13, Allie Whiting. A sophomore from Bucks County, Pennsylvania, number 14, Lissy Metzger. A freshman from Hampton, Georgia, number 15, Sydney Anderson. And a sophomore from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, number 16, Megan Kinsey. The Lady Eagles are led by Coach Kaylin Oman with assistant coach Carissa Aiken.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pensacola, Florida for tonight's Friday night match. The Lady Eagles will be taking on the Andrew Fighting Tigers. We're glad to have you here in the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. I'm Garrett Ordway, and joining me tonight is Carrie Ordway. Carrie, the Lady Eagles come in having had a a bit of time off after participating in a tri-match last weekend in Tennessee. What are you looking for the Lady Eagles to show in their match tonight?
I think at this point in the season, you're at the midpoint of the season. At this point, the team should be beyond those beginning of the season jitters and working through some of those wrinkles. But you also hit the middle of the season when you start to get a little bit tired, when teams start to have some energy or injuries. And so tonight, being at that midpoint of the season, but coming off about a week of rest, I'm really looking to see the Lady Eagles come out really sharp, looking really energized, and looking really purposeful with what they're doing. So I think if I could have one word for this match that I'm looking for, just purposeful with the different plays that they're running, and just, as always, keeping in control of those unforced errors, limiting those as much as possible.
All right, and we see Hope Brooks, the libero, entering there for Sydney Anderson, and that'll give us, going around the back line here, Metzger, Brooks, Liu, and then Helen Payton, the setter, along with Megan Kinsey and Allie Whiting in the front row.
One of the things that we talked about at the beginning of the season in the earlier matches was that this is a pretty young team. This is the first time that many of these players have played together, but once again, here at the midpoint of the season, these girls have been getting a lot of reps in together, both in practice settings and game settings. So looking for a really sharp offense tonight.
And a good start there, Megan Kinsey with the kill.
And that was exactly what I just mentioned. That was the type of purposeful play that I think we can look to expect from the Lady Eagles at this point in the season.
Lissy Metzger opening the service game for the Lady Eagles. A good one. Wide attack there. A signal was inside the net. A back set. Whiting gets there, but just contacts the net. That set a little tight for her liking. And it'll send the point to Andrew. Gianna Arazo to serve. Metzger, Payton, wide for Boyd. Good swing off some hands, and Andrew will try to get in system here. High, Kinsey recognizes it. Metzger gets there and gives the pass over. Good hustle there, and that dump attempt goes wide. Good recognition by Kinsey.
Yeah.
That's one of those things I think she's worked on throughout the season.
Yeah, absolutely, and not only just this season, but watching her develop as a player from last season as well. And you know, this is what you expect to see from your players as they become more experienced. Just be more aware of those patterns that they can expect to see.
Hope Brooks serves that one a bit long, and it'll be Ellie Brannon to serve. Short, Whiting gets it up to Payton. In the middle for Anderson. Boy, what a big player in the middle she's shown to be this season.
Absolutely, and for her to come in as a freshman already playing at this level, I think gives a lot of encouragement to the team, knowing that they have, 3 more years after this season to be able to play around her too.
Neely enters for Andrew. It'll be Whiting to serve. Pass in the middle, set wide, blocked. But on the Eagles side, point for Andrew.
Good read by the Eagles blockers there. They were in position. They read where that set was going well, just not quite able to penetrate over the net enough.
Brooks up, Whiting ends up taking it, gets it up high to Boyd. She gives the roll over, and Andrew will set up their attack. Brooks up high, Payton, wide for Boyd, down the line, and a strong attack there from the freshman as well.
The last time we had a home game, we saw Boyd having a lot of success with her hitting. She has already developed very much so in her ability to place those hits to undefended areas of the court, and that's exactly what she did with that last play.
One of our captains, Grace Liu, with the serve. That one's tight and still alive. The Eagles will mount an offense. It's Anderson. Dug up high. Tight pass off some hands. Liu gets it up to Payton. Wide for Metzger. She puts a good swing on it. Free ball comes over. Brooks to Payton. Wide for Metzger again. Attack from Andrew, this time pushed over. Whiting gets it up to Peyton. Wide for Metzger one more time. Third time's the charm.
Peyton has done a good job of this throughout the season, but we saw this fully demonstrated in this past volley. She is mixing up her offensive options so much. We saw the Tigers block just running from one side of the court to the other as Peyton mixed up those looks. And that's exactly what you want to see out of your setter.
Lou with a good serve. She gets the dig there. Peyton gets it up, but not quite to anybody. That one was just a little in between Whiting and Peyton there.
And you know, that was an unforced error, but one of the things that's encouraging to see after an error like that, the team immediately recognizes what they did, and you see this team communicate with one another, talking it over immediately so that they can avoid that in the future.
Brooks up to Peyton. Back set. Anderson gives a kind of a pop over the net there. This one, comes off some hands just in front of the libero Brooks. Andrew to serve. Brooks, Peyton, up high. Metzger gets the swing and the kill.
Great job by Metzger, capitalizing on somewhat of an out-of-system play there. Peyton getting the ball up, but of course that wasn't an ideal set, but Metzger showing some good IQ and being aware and prepared to still make a play on that ball.
This time it's Megan Kinsey, and she gets the kill.
These strong middles that the Eagles have this season are really holding the block accountable because we have these strong middles, but also some big power hitters coming from the outside, keeping the block just on their toes. They can never quite discount one of those sides, either middle or outside or right side.
Lou gets it up to Peyton in the middle for Kinsey. Another big swing out of the middle. Little out of system here, and the free ball goes to the Lady Eagles. Wide for Metzger. Off some hands, gets the kill. A lot of in-system offense so far for the Lady Eagles.
You like to see a team be able to play out of system well, but obviously playing out of system is never your first option. You want to see them perform in system first.
A little long there from Peyton, and we've seen maybe a few more service errors than we'd like to here early.
You can appreciate the difficulty of these serves and just expecting that to be something that, once again, as the season progresses, the girls will just continue to get sharper.
Ooh, Whiting left-handed off the outside there, gets the kill. Metzger to serve, I believe. Is that Boyd that checked out? Oh, I'm sorry, Boyd checked in, and so she'll be on the outside. Brooks gets it up high for Peyton. Back to Boyd. Good swing, and she gets the kill.
Boyd once again showing a lot of court awareness. You know, she's going up against a pretty significant block, a decent blocking presence by the Tigers. But just showing the awareness to, you know, turn that thumb in and slice that hit sharper cross court where the block can't defend and where the back row defense is not defending either. Just a smart play, purposeful, like I mentioned at the beginning of this match.
Boyd is there, but it just goes off for an Andrew point. 10-8, the Lady Eagles lead here early. Gianna Arazo to serve for Andrew. Brooks up high to Peyton. Back set for Whiting. Off that out right side. She gets the kill.
It's just a beautiful swing to see when you see a lefty swinging out of that right hitting position, especially when she gets her full approach and full power behind that swing.
Brooks. will send Ellie Brandon to serve. Metzger up to Peyton in the middle for Anderson. Block was late.
A beautiful pass by Metzger up to set up that play as well.
Neely enters for Andrew, and it'll be Whiting to serve for the Lady Eagles. Good one down the line. Tight, unable to get it over was Ava Dickens there. Hold that one long too. And the Lady Eagles service game is just a bit off here.
You hate to see those missed serves, but out of all of the mistakes that you're making, you know, those are very much so in your control. And that is something, at least, with that type of error.
It is over in the net. There's a chance for Andrew to play them.
Yeah. If you're going to miss a serve, you want it at least to be on the other side of the court so that you have the option of the other team making their own error.
Lou to serve. There's one that's in. And it'll set up the Andrew attack, blocked off the hand of the libero. Point for the Lady Eagles. Sydney Anderson still leading the nation in total blocks and blocks per set. On that double block with Peyton that time. Lou with the serve. A bit off the net, so they go with the roll. Peyton for Anderson. Thrown down. Still alive. Free ball comes over. Anderson to Peyton. Wide for Metzger. And point for Metzger. Would have gotten a kill, but we have a net violation there on Andrew. And that, to me, that time it was really noticeable. The block was really late getting to Metzger, worried about potentially Anderson in the middle. A little bit out of system here for Andrew. Wide for Metzger, tipped with the left hand. She likes going to that when it's a bit tight. And the Lady Eagles have stretched out this lead 17-10.
You mentioned that you could noticeably see the block scrambling, being a little bit late to defending that attack. And you know, that starts with the pass up to the setter. The better of a pass to a setter, the more options, the more offensive options the setter has. And the block, that's what they're watching. They're watching the setter's hand. So the better of a pass, they have to be ready to defend that many more hitting options.
A Lou ace will send us to a timeout. All right, 18-10, the Lady Eagles lead in this first set. Lou with a couple good serves. There's another good one. Tipped over, Brooks read it. Peyton with the hit, and she earns the Lady Eagles a point, a net violation there by Durazno Gonder.
Even though we see Peyton, you know, playing a 5-1, she has 3 of those hitting positions where she's available to go up and make a play at the net. We don't see her take advantage of that opportunity too often, but when she does, it usually results in a point for the Eagles.
Ooh, a poor pass. And because it came over, the official signals the double contact there.
And once again, 2 plays in a row, Peyton there ready to make a play at the net, an offensive play at the net.
2010 Lady Eagles settled into their groove here in this first set. Good block, still alive for Andrew. Rolled over. There it is for Anderson. Big swing out of the middle.
The Eagles have been able to put together a run here, but largely this momentum is because of Lou's consistent serving in the back. And that's exactly what you want to see out of a senior on your team, out of one of the captains on your team. She very much so took the pace of the game and controlled it with her serves, giving the Lady Eagles the opportunity to string together these points.
Brooks to Metzger. Good swing by Metzger. Andrew will handle it. Whiting up high for Peyton. Great pass there, wide for Metzger. And a misplayed pass results in a Lady Eagles point. Great work all over the court there.
Yeah, the Lady Eagles are definitely playing with a lot of energy. You can see that reflected in their game, the way that they're playing. Playing very confidently as well.
Tipped over, Brooks is there. Up high to Peyton. Back set for Anderson. Still alive. Whiting up. Lou. Good job getting the ball there over to Metzger. Tipped, Metzger was there. Peyton back to Metzger. Big swing down the line, handled up high by Andrew. Bench communicating well with the Lady Eagles defense. Oh, and that one just missed time between Peyton and Anderson. Lady Eagles putting some great swings on the ball, just not quite able to finish that point off.
And you know, they've put themselves into the position this set to be able to run some of these special offensive plays that they have. You can see them experimenting with some things that they don't have the opportunity to do if the game's a little bit tighter.
Whiting up to Peyton. There's Metzger down the line. And oh, setter unable to get around the front line player there. And there might have point for the Lady Eagles. Okay, so we'll have to see how the official scoring goes there, but there was an alignment issue that ended up giving the point to the Lady Eagles as well. Kinsey hits the overpass, not quite a kill yet, and it will go this time to Metzger. High swing off some hands. Ooh, deflected by Kinsey, just in front of a diving Anderson.
Anderson being put in a position she doesn't get into very often as far as defending that back row.
(23-12), Lady Eagles lead in this first set. Allen to serve. Oh, a good one. Lou handles it though. Great pass. Oh, but blocked on a good swing by Kinsey. Singleton there that time for the Fighting Tigers.
The Lady Eagles have carried the momentum for much of this set. I think it will be significant for them to regain this momentum in this first set on a strong note to head into the second.
Good roll by Brooks there. The block is up. Brooks gets it to Lou. Back to Metzger. Smart swing. Andrew keeps it alive. Tipped deep. Whiting gets up and gets it. Back set for Whiting. Back row swing. What a swing. And it leads to a point.
Strong swing and also well placed, forcing the Tigers out of system. That's exactly what you want from a swing.
Helen Peyton serving. Set point here in set one. There it is. Big swing. Rule to contact. So we play on. Wide for Metzger. Tips. Hit up high, and it'll be a free ball over for the Lady Eagles. Lou with a good pass to Peyton right there in the middle for Kinsey. And she scores.
A little mistimed on that last one, but Kinsey able to work with it, showing good maturity and discipline with that.
tight for the first, about 12-10. The Lady Eagles went on a big long run, finishing the set off 25-13. All right, we are back after a 25-13 set one victory for the Lady Eagles over Andrew College. I'm Garrett Ordway, joined by Carrie Ordway. Carrie, what are you looking for in this second set now from the Lady Eagles?
I am looking for the Lady Eagles to be able to maintain the same energy and confidence that they had in the first set. I think that that consistency of maintaining both confidence, energy throughout the course of a match is something that is key to being successful, especially against some of these tougher opponents. So to be able to get that experience under their belts, I think will be a good thing for the Eagles to have here at this point in the season.
Lissy Metzger led the Eagles with 6 kills in that first set. Sydney Anderson, Megan Kinsey in the middle had 3 apiece. Allie Whiting and Olivia Boyd, 2 other outside hitters, had 2 as well. Start off, though, with the service error. That was slowed the Eagles' start to set number 1.
Mm-hmm. And I was getting ready to say that, you know, looking back on their performance from the first set, really the most notable area to improve on was their serving. So will be another point to consider throughout the second set.
Good swing there from Allie Whiting. And Boyd will enter as Metzger serves. In the middle, blocked. Metzger to Peyton. Boyd with the swing, that one a little long. Off the outside.
I mentioned at the end of the first set when the Eagles had a lead of about 11 or 12 points or so, that getting a lead like that gives you the opportunity, the freedom to run some of those riskier offenses that maybe you've been practicing in practice but haven't quite felt comfortable enough to show in a game yet. We saw the Lady Eagles in the position to get there at the end of the first set. Sometimes it's hard to switch from that mindset at the end of a first set, then moving into the beginning of a second set. Just remembering you need to establish that lead, giving yourself that comfort before potentially incorporating a little bit of those riskier plays. Or less familiar.
Block there actually by Boyd on that last play, and she gets the swing here a bit off the net, and it leads to a point for Andrew. Vasquez will enter for Lowry for Andrew. And we'll see another substitution. Allen for Brannon. 3-3 early in this second set. Big swing by Anderson. Boyd gives it to Peyton. Back set for Whiting. Off some hands, still alive. And Peyton will give it to Anderson. Tips, dug up. And a little bit of a roll from the back row there by Andrew. Peyton, this time Anderson with the kill.
I love to see Peyton going back to Anderson multiple times within the same play. You know, she had her outside hitting position available. We talked about in the first set, though, that Peyton's been doing a good job of keeping the Tigers' block on their toes. And she did that. You saw the Tigers' block ready to go to swing to that outside hitting position, but then forced to stick there in the middle.
Peyton wide, tight for Boyd, and Boyd contacts the net. Dickens to serve. Short, and a point for the Lady Eagles. Lou enters for Boyd. Neely for Dickens. And we'll set it up here. 5-4, Lady Eagles lead. It's served by Lou. In the middle for Andrew, not over. And a point for the Lady Eagles. Oh, it came over the net. It must have been off the block of Anderson. I missaw that one here. And it was a point for Andrew. Service error there gives the point back to the Lady Eagles. In the middle, thrown, played by the Lady Eagles, tipped by Metzger.
I don't think that was exactly what Metzger intended to do with that play based on her reaction following her touch, but worked in the Eagles' favor.
There's no picture on the stat sheet, goes as a kill.
Yeah.
Oop, off some hands, Whiting gets there. Lou gives the free ball. Little deep attack there by Andrew. Still alive. Metzger, and a net violation goes the Lady Eagles' way.
It was good, clean play by Metzger, making sure that she was staying out of the net on a tight set.
Back set by Andrew. Blocked by the Lady Eagles. Tipped again. Oh, and just in front of Anderson. That one came back over quickly.
The Tigers have certainly been holding Anderson accountable in this back row position that she has, this one rotation. Prior to that ball, though, Kinsey had done a good job as the middle block there, reading the Tigers' offense, making sure to stick with their hitters.
Peyton to Metzger, rolled, just dug up off the net and not anymore. Point for the Lady Eagles. Peyton will serve. Peyton leading the nation in assists per set. She had 16 in that first set. She gathers the ace there. Dug up, but an overpass. Kinsey still alive for Andrew. Free ball comes over. Brooks to Peyton. On the slide, Kinsey gets the kill there.
Great play call by Peyton there. Kinsey has been hot throughout her rotations here on the front row. Just giving that ball back to her. Good call.
That one into the net, though, and it's a point for Andrew. 11-7, Lady Eagles lead in this second set. Drasno Gondar with the serve. Metzger the pass, tight. And maybe a foot over the line. Signal there from the official. Point for Andrew. Metzger with the pass. In the middle for Kinsey. Big swing handled by Andrew. Up high over the block. Wide for Metzger on that outside. Dug up high. And it'll be an attack for Andrew. Metzger. Back set for Whiting. Off the antenna. Off the block, off of the antenna, and so a point for the Lady Eagles. Boyd will enter as Metzger goes to serve. Big swing, looking for the touch, none given, and it's a point for our Lady Eagles.
Kinsey is just really doing an excellent job of reading the Tigers' offense. She is consistently wherever that ball is being set. And I think it's because of that presence, her presence at the net, that we see some of these hitting errors from the Tigers.
Rolled over, Boyd to Peyton. Outside for Boyd. Good cross-court attack. Back set blocked by Boyd.
You know, I was watching Boyd. We're in a position that I can really see her face well, and I was watching how well she was tracking that hit, which obviously resulted in that block.
All right, timeout by Andrew. We'll take a timeout as well. All right, I believe it'll be the Lady Eagles to serve. Carrie, coming out of a timeout, you've served a few in a row. Do you have a mindset coming out of a timeout? Like, does it feel different serving out of a timeout?
It depends. It's all up to the mental state of the players. You know, coaches call these timeouts specifically to try to ice his servers in some instances. It can really affect some servers, some not as much. That's a mental battle that each individual fights for herself.
Metzger started that off with a good serve, and Allie Whiting gets the kill off the block. 15-8, Lady Eagles lead. Carried a ways deep, but played by Andrew tight. Pass from the back row. And it earns the Lady Eagles a point. Metzger, a good serve, earns the ace. Strong serves here from Metzger. And another one. These serves are just deep enough that it might be causing a little.
We've heard some mixed communication from the Tigers as far as some calling it in, some saying out, don't play it.
Top spinner there. Oh, Whiting unable to quite kill that overpass, and Andrew mounted a bit of an offense. This one wide for Whiting. Good swing. Oh, just wide.
It's really good thought by Whiting to make that sharp cross-court swing.
Singleton to serve. Another cross. Oh, another one just wide.
It's good you appreciate the thought on that one. It's a good play call. Not quite able to execute it as cleanly as they want. But once again, this is the liberty that you give yourself when you have an 8-point lead.
Oop, tight, Peyton. Kinsey ends up getting the tip, and we play on. Back set, down the line, Brooks there. Peyton, back set for Whiting. That time not over, and it's a point for Andrew. Metzger, Peyton, Kinsey, tipped. Handled by Andrew up high. Swinging on the outside off the hands of Kinsey. In the middle for Kinsey. Off the middle blocker's hands of Andrew. Back set from the right side. Brooks gets there. This one up high. Whiting will give the free ball. Back set tip. Boyd.
You know, Brooks played such a pivotal role in that play. She was really covering the back row well, kept that ball alive, giving the Lady Eagles opportunity to make some of these stronger swings that they did.
Skims the tape. Handled, though, by Andrew. Free ball given. Metzger, Peyton, wide for Boyd. High off some hands, handled by Andrew. Out wide, rolled over. Metzger, Peyton, Anderson. Big swing out of the middle. And it'll lead to a timeout for Andrew. Lady Eagles leading 20-11. right, 20-11, Lady Eagles coming out of this timeout. It'll be Brooks to serve. Tipped over. Anderson ends up hitting it up. Oh, good dig there by Anderson. And it leads to a roll. Oh, pretty good swing there by Andrew. Boyd ends up going with the attack. Free ball given. Brooks, Peyton. There's Anderson.
This timing between Peyton and Anderson is just continuing to improve the longer that they play together. Just getting sharper and sharper.
Good serve there from Brooks. A back row attack. Peyton. Brooks, back set for Boyd. Blocked, but Anderson was there. Peyton gives it up for Whiting. Roll, up high. Boyd with a bit of off speed, tipped over. Brooks is there. Peyton for Anderson, tipped. Handled by Andrew. From the right side, off the tape. Metzger. Boyd down cross court, and it works out.
It was early on in that play, but I feel like we have to mention that back set from the libero Brooks. We expect her to play defense well to be able to set like that too.
23-11, Lady Eagles earning a point there on the ace. Oh, another one. 24-11, set point here for the Lady Eagles. Brooks with a consistent serve. This one's tight. Boyd with the kill. And that'll do it. 25-11, handling that overpass. Lady Eagles lead 2-0. We'll take a little bit of a longer break, 5 minutes between this second and third set.
Eagles fans, it's time for our in-between set game. Before we get to that, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Lighthouse Baptist Academy out of Mobile, Alabama for winning both girls volleyball and boys soccer championships today at our Eagles Classic Invitationals. Eagles fans, let's give them and all the teams that participated a huge round of applause. Now it's time for Pizza Box Bowling. Tonight we have two competitors facing off, and their goal is to knock down as many pizza boxes as they can. A strike wins them an Eagles t-shirt, a spare wins them a pizza from concessions, and 5 or more pins wins them an Eagles water bottle. Eagles fans, get on your feet and cheer them on as they compete for a prize. You guys can go with your first throw when it's set up. That's one. He's got 9 more if he wants to get that pizza from concessions. Setting himself up nice to get a spare here. Great roll. Oh, that's 8. Second roll here. He just won a pizza from concessions. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to them, and thank you guys for participating. Also, don't forget, today is Food Truck Friday, so Eagles fans, be sure after this volleyball match concludes to make your way over to Eagle Field, where we will have Mr. Softy waiting to serve you, our amazing Eagle fans.
All right, welcome back. The Lady Eagles lead 2-0, 25-13, 25-11. They took the first 2 sets. Carrie, what'd you like from those first 2 sets?
At the beginning of the second set, I mentioned that I was looking to see if the Eagles would be able to be a little bit more consistent with their energy as well as their confidence, carrying that from the first set to the second set. And we saw that dip a little bit there at the beginning, got off to a little bit of a slow start in that second set, but their ability to pull it together and then still end with as large of a lead that they did really speaks to their mental fortitude and not to continue to play to the level of their opponent. So I think that was a key positive from the second set.
All right, Andrew started off there with a nice kill. This third set. Allen with the serve. Lou up to Peyton there for Kinsey. Oh, Metzger's. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Whiting there at the last second. Ended up giving the free ball. Whiting rolls it, but wide. Wide of the antenna, and it's a point for Andrew.
That was such a good play by Whiting, though, to be there as a backup. You know, that's a good defensive awareness.
Good call there by Lou as she watches the serve go by. She'll exit for Boyd. Oh, good serve by Metzger. Out of the diving reach of the libero. And 2-2 we're tied in this third set. Blocked by the Lady Eagles, still alive for Andrew. The block is up there. Metzger dives. And Whiting just a bit off with the setter Peyton there on that right side.
Definitely an out-of-system play there. Following a play like that, I think it's more significant than ever to have come back strong with an in-system play. Eagles not quite managing to pull it off for this one, but once again, just working to swing this momentum back their direction.
Tough serve receive there from Boyd. She'll look to handle this next one. Here it comes. There it is. To Kinsey, gets the kill.
A great play, just exactly what you want to see. Starting off with a strong pass up to the setter. Peyton having all of her options available based on that pass.
Big swing, off the hands of Brooks. Maybe wishing she'd just gotten out of the way of that one. Sometimes it's hard to know, though, if a blocker has touched it. So.
And as a defensive player, you certainly don't want that ball to land in on your watch.
Tipped there by Anderson for the kill. See some substitutions. Miranda Knox entering for Allie Whiting into the service position, and then Michaela Kinney in for Helen Payton into the front row.
And this is the rotation where we'll see Knox setting from the back row.
Knox, Anderson.
And you know, we see
Instant chemistry.
Yeah, we see this connection between the two of them, but Knox and Anderson actually grew up playing together through high school. So I'm sure it felt pretty natural to go back to that connection.
Oh, Boyd just misfires on that attempt. And Andrew leads early in this third set. Metzger, Knox, there's Anderson. Up high, attack there, Knox gets it. Brooks will get it to Boyd. Swung deep, just a bit too deep. And they'll reset for serve receive. Brooks up for Knox. There's Kinney. Oh, great cut.
What a great cut. You know, to have that awareness, to know that that sharp angle was open, and to have the awareness just to, tuck that thumb down, cut that ball across court. It's exactly what you want to see out of a outside hitter coming from your bench.
Lou. Brooks up high, Knox wide for Metzger. Big swing, and it leads to a kill.
And just a picture-perfect pass from Brooks up to Knox. I'm sure Knox appreciating having such a good pass to work with.
Lou. Outs, looking for the touch, none given. It was during Lou's serve in that first set that the Lady Eagles pulled away. Up high, Andrew mounts an attack, deep. Again, no touch, and the Lady Eagles now lead 9-7.
Lou has just so often provided such a calming effect for the Eagles this season when she comes in. Something we've seen throughout the season already.
Out. And the attack from Andrew. Really affected by this block. The double block's been there consistently. And it's kept Andrew off their game a bit here in this third set. Multiple hitting errors in a row.
We've even seen just the presence of that block forcing some unforced errors as far as net errors not going up for a ball.
Brooks wide for Kinney, little deep, and that one mistouched. A double contact, giving Andrew the point. Metzger knocks. And that one a little low for Kinney. Looking to get in rhythm there on that right side. Anderson, Kinney, and Metzger in the front row. Metzger to Knox. There's Anderson. That years-long connection paying dividends. Oop, tight. Hit over off the block. And it's a point for Andrew. Brooks enters the libero for Anderson. And Singleton exits for Andrew, number 8. Back to serve. Metzger knocks. Back set for Kinney. She gets there. Kept up, though, by Andrew. Oh, dug up the last second by Lou. Here's Metzger. Off the block, up high. Knocks for Kinsey. Unable to handle it.
You know, Kinney from the right side did a good job there at the beginning of the play. She had gotten a set that wasn't quite the exact timing, the exact position, but she kept the ball in play. And even though the point did not result directly from her attack, she was the one who enabled those further offenses to be carried out.
Peyton to serve. Deep, but handled by Andrew. Up high, and we keep playing. Touched over. Whiting, Peyton, outside for Metzger. Swung down the line, catches the line.
Great placement. Those deep corners are so often open if hitters can get to them.
Good serve by Peyton. Deep, Lou up high for Peyton. She gets there. Metzger blocked, up high. Peyton gives it back to Metzger again. Rolled over. Defense read that one. And off the hands of Metzger. Brooks, oh, doesn't quite hang up long enough for the setter, Peyton.
You know, I was really impressed by Kenny's defense in that one, in that play. Backing up the outside block, and she was the one who kept that ball alive for as long as they did.
Allen serves for the Fighting Tigers. Brooks, Peyton, back set for Metzger. She was on the right side there in that first rotation. She gets the kill. And we'll see Rurik now entering for Lou. Rurik will be taking that outside hitting position. She's joined by Whiting and Kinsey in the front row. Whiting will swing over the right side after the serve. Metzger gets it in. Big swing, though, in the middle by Evans.
One of the strongest swings we've seen the Fighting Tigers get off this match.
(14-12), Lady Eagles lead. Back for serve receive. Played up there by Brooks. Whiting gives the roll. Ooh, really tight. Goes inside the antenna, so we play on. Rurik with the swing. Doesn't quite get it over. Neely to serve. Rurik up for Peyton. And looking for a back row attack, none there. And the Fighting Tigers tie it up 14-14. Deep and too deep.
This is the point where the Eagles have had a few plays of unforced errors, kind of let the momentum shift a little bit in the direction of the Fighting Tigers. This is where you really want to see the Eagles step in, take control back of the pace of play, and really dictate how the end of this match will be. We talk a lot about the significance of momentum in volleyball, but especially the Lady Eagles are playing the Fighting Tigers again tomorrow morning. So carrying that momentum against the same team is going to be, even more pertinent than normal.
Rurik gives the roll. Played there by Andrew, still in. Peyton up. Brooks will, pass it a little, try to set it a little too tight there for Whiting.
This is also the point where this is a mental game that the Lady Eagles are playing. They've demonstrated over the course of the first 2 sets that they are capable of pulling ahead, having a significant lead. So now it's going to be, can they fight that mental battle of composing themselves and finishing this match on a strong note?
Rurik. That power off the bench that she can provide.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw her go into that swing so determined. Having
After
a couple
that-
of mishits,
After that first attempt, we heard the bench a little bit say swing, swing, swing,
Yeah.
encouraging Rurik. And
you
she
know-
sure did there.
Yeah, as a hitter, sometimes when you come in, especially when you've been on the bench for a portion of the game, you're a little bit timid, you're a little bit hesitant, you don't want to
mess it up.
Yeah, you don't want to mess up, so you come out and you take a little bit off of your swing. Not like what Anderson just did, certainly taking nothing off of that
Wow.
swing. Super strong hit from her. But often when these hitters take a little off of their swing, it messes up their timing and it ends up forcing the error instead.
I'm going to swing a little softer, but then you don't jump as high either. And
Yeah.
Metzger to Knox. Wide for Rurik. Off speed. Still alive for Andrew. The free ball, though, Lady Eagles will get in system. There's Anderson with the tip, but handled by Andrew. Deep, Metzger. Knox. Wide for Rurik. Good timing, and she earns the kill.
Rurik doing a great job on that one. That was not ideal timing for her swing. She had to speed up her approach, but being able to make a play on that, definitely a good opportunity.
Good serve by Knox. In the middle, a little off the net. Metzger gets it up to Knox. Outside for Rurik. That one a little low into the net. 19-16 Lady Eagles lead. 2-0 as well, so they'll look to try to close it out here in this third set. Rurik, Anderson, Kinney in the front row. Oh, Anderson, unlucky there with the net. And we'll see Abby Minton entering to a warm round of applause. Is her high school here for the tournament? That might be.
Yeah, definitely a good element of this particular match for the Eagles is that they've got some fans in attendance that typically don't get the opportunity to be, so the fans doing a good job of bringing some good energy to this match.
Yeah, Abby Minton from Indianapolis, Indiana. There was a section across the court here. We could see them with a
Posters.
A warm welcome.
Yeah.
And 2017, I believe we're headed to a timeout by Andrew. We'll join you again in just a minute. All right, it'll be Lou serving out of this timeout. Anderson, Kinney, Metzger in the front row. Lou, Minton, and Brooks in the back row. Tight, still handled though by Andrew. Up, wide for Metzger, a little off the net. Still up though, off the block. Back set. Lou up for Minton. Anderson ends up taking it and she scores.
Once again, based on her facial reaction to that hit, I don't think that's quite what Anderson intended, but getting the job done with that particular rollover.
Lou with the serve. Anderson with the outside attack, and it splits the defense of the Lady Eagles 21-18. Minton, back set for Anderson, off some hands and scores. And Anderson will head back to serve. Kinsey enters the front row for Brooks. Ooh, good serve by Anderson. Up high for Dickens, off the hands of the block, and down for a Fighting Tigers point. Fighting Tigers with the serve. Metzger gets it up high. It'll be her swing over here. Oh, off speed, still alive. And the free ball doesn't make it over. Point for the Lady Eagles.
It's such an interesting aspect of the game of volleyball that, you know, it's not always the hardest swings. It's not, you know, that get the point. Sometimes it's just a little bit off speed, just anything that's a different look from what the defense was expecting to see can often result in a point.
A couple of substitutions will send Helen Payton back to serve. Wide and too wide. And we've reached match point 24-19 in this third set. Good serve by Payton. Andrews attacks off the net there, read by Brooks. Payton wide for Metzger. Andrew with the dig. Rolled over, Lou up to Payton. Kinsey a little low, but she finishes it off. 25-19. The Lady Eagles take this one in 3.
We would like to thank the Andrews Institute
Carrie,
for
what'd you like
providing
about the
team
Lady Eagles'
physicians
performance
Dr.
this
Adam
evening?
Ans and
I
Dr.
mentioned at the
Travis
beginning
Roth
of the match
and
to be
certified
looking
athletic
for
trainer
some
Stephen
purposeful
Halsey
plays
for medical
from
coverage
the
of
Eagles. You
Pensacola
know, they knew that they
Christian
had the
College.
opportunity to get ahead throughout this match, so to take advantage of those leads, and I think we saw them do that throughout all 3 sets, doing a good job of running some plays that we might not see in a tighter matchup. So I think they showed a lot of good discipline and good energy throughout the 3 sets, and I think that they have a lot of positives to take into their matches tomorrow.
All right, and that wraps up our evening here in the Nest, home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tomorrow, the Lady Eagles will be hosting another tri-match. They're scheduled to match up against Andrew College, the same opponent at 10 a.m., and then NCCAA South Region opponent Toccoa Falls College, scheduled for 2 p.m. That'll be a big one for the Lady Eagles. We hope you'll join us tomorrow for those 2 matches, and thanks for joining us this evening.